Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. My love, before we begin today's podcast, here's what I need to tell you. The Sisterhood coaching program is now open for enrollments. The Sisterhood, if you haven't been listening to this podcast and you don't know, is my year-long coaching experience where I support you with everything I teach in this podcast. All the tools, all the techniques, all the coaching, all the community and commitment that you bring, and we completely transform your life. This incredible program has been running for 5 years, and we have had over 6,000 women from 60 countries join us and work on themselves inside of the Queen of Confidence as a company. And I am so excited that we have launched this once again. If you have been waiting to work on yourself and looking for a community to support you, a coach to lovingly kick your ass and support you, the Sisterhood could be for you. Here's what I want you to do. Click the link in the show notes or head to thequeenofconfidence.com/sisterhood. Sister with an A. Hit it up. We got funding if you live in Australia. We have a payment plan. It's all happening for you. I cannot wait. This intake that we are taking on is only 25 women. So if you want to be one of those women, make it happen, sister. Okay, let's do the podcast. Hello, my love. Welcome to the podcast. Okay, before we begin, I firstly just want to say thank you, as always, for choosing this episode and choosing this podcast and listening. I have the most incredible audience. Y'all be messaging me on Instagram, sending me screenshots, tagging me in your stories when you listen. Your kids be like, hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. And I love it. Like my kids love watching when I get those videos. And I've got some peeps on here that have been listening to the podcast since it came out 5 years ago. So if you're just joining, welcome. There's a catalog, a back catalog for you to listen to, and I hope you do. But if you've been here, if you've been one of the OGs, you've been here for a while, specifically a homegirl named Monique. Shout out to Monique, who I've been chatting with on Instagram for years. Like, I don't even know how many years, Monique, we've been talking. But I want to say thank you to you because you always show love. You always send me messages and questions, and you be sharing the podcast with your homegirls. And that's the best gift for me. Like, I do this podcast, but it's so hard to reach all the people of the world, especially all the women that I want to listen to this. And so when you listen to my podcast and then you share it with another woman, like I feel like I owe you my life. Like that to me is the biggest gift for you, not only to listen, which is huge, but for you to share it, for you to share it on your stories, for you to share it in a Facebook group you're in, for you to share it over text message with your homegirl, your family. Like, it means the world to me. It genuinely means the world to me, and you're helping me with my impact. So thank you. If that is you, thank you. Okay. And when you review the podcast, I need to work on my reviews. I forget to ask, but if you can, please review it. It means the universe. Okay. So thank you, Monique. Monique messaged me, and she's just the best, and was asking me around like your purpose and how we live our lives on autopilot. And how I always talk about like on purpose, do this shit on purpose, and how much work it takes, right, to do life with purpose and life on purpose. And it's been a while that I've done a podcast around your purpose. I did one podcast, just one that I remember that I did about purpose. And I asked you to do a fuck it bucket list. And it's a great episode, so please listen to it. But in particular, what Monique was talking about is really like intentionally living with intention and understanding why you're doing what you're doing. And it's so weird because this morning my husband and I had a conversation, me and Hamish. We talked about, I've always wanted to live in Europe for 6 months. I don't know why. France, Italy, somewhere overseas for 6 months just to live it, just to experience it. Like, I'm American. I didn't travel anywhere. I don't know about you, but I never went anywhere. And then I came to Australia, which is like the farthest place from Boston that you could come. And then I got the travel bug. I was like, oh, I want to travel. I want to go places. I want to take my kids. And Hamish and I, when we met and we fell in love, and we were like, wham, bam, let's go. Like, we got married quickly. We got pregnant. We had kids. So we didn't really have a long time as, boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife, and travel and do all those fun things. And if you are single or if you're in a relationship and you don't have kids, highly recommend doing that. Like, you can do it with kids. It just becomes a little bit more complicated. And so we didn't do that. And now we're like, damn, 2023, this year has been lit. Like, it has been amazing and also crazy. Like, the polarity of the year is wild. And I'm talking to a lot of my friends and a lot of y'all on social media, and this is happening for you as well. Post-pandemic, this is really the year where I think we're starting to move away from all of that, but we're not out yet. I think 2024 will be 2 years after, and I think we'll fully have recovered a bit, maybe 80%, 90%. Right now, I feel like it's like 60% recovery from that fuckery that happened. So I was talking to Hamish this morning about this. So Monique, thank you for this question, because it was like, we want to live overseas and we keep saying we want to do that, but there is no plan in action zoomed out. Even if it's a zoom out, we did a 10-year plan and we have a 12-month plan. But I feel like we're living this day-to-day life where we do what we got to do, fucking Groundhog Day with the kids, putting them to bed, doing dinner, making lunches, going to work, coming in. And our work is amazing. And my work is so exciting. It's not the same shit. I work for myself. We're really lucky that we get to do what we do. Not lucky because we work for it. But you know what I mean? Like, we're not working in a cubicle 9 to 5. It's exciting, our life. And we get to organize our schedule how we want. But parenthood has really kind of become this thing that you keep your kids in school. They go to school, you go to parent-teacher meetings, they do their homework, they read books, you do dinner, you go to sleep at 8, you read the book to bed, you wake up, you're like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? You have a couple hours as an adult, and then the next day you do the shit again. And it can feel sometimes like, what are we doing all of this for? Where's our vision? Where's our dream? And I talk a lot to my clients in my business program. I have a program for coaches and therapists that want to grow their business. And I basically teach them how I built my business. And in that program, we talk a lot about keeping your big vision in your peripherals, like keeping that big vision right here to the side, not putting it behind you, but not looking at your big vision 24/7. Because right now, you're not in that big vision, that big goal, that big dream. You're not there yet. So instead of focusing on where you want to be and you're not there, that's a gap, and you'll get pissed off and you'll get impatient and your belief will die. Instead of going like, I'm not there, but I want to be there, but I'm here. Instead of doing that, you keep it to the sidelines. Like, I see you, big vision. I see you dream in my peripherals. Like, I can see it right there. And every once in a while, you just look at it and be like, I'm coming for you. And you check in with where you are and where you want to be, but you don't put it behind you. And so Hamish and I, we've been so zoomed in to our month and so zoomed in to the week and so zoomed into the moment. And we're very present with the way we live. We live a present life, which is beautiful. But now I'm like, let's zoom out a bit. Like, when are we going to go overseas and live in Puerto Rico or live in, wherever, Hawaii, or live in, Italy for 6 months? Like, when is that going to happen? And so we had a real conversation about it. And I love that this question was brought up, Monique, because if you're living on purpose, you're looking at the presence of the day-to-day, but you're also in your peripherals, watching where you want to go. And it's that gentle balance between knowing that there's a bigger vision and where you're headed, and every day believing that and feeling that, but still doing the day-to-day things that are going to get you there. So it's not that manifesting bullshit like, I want to be a millionaire, and you close your eyes and you wish and you pray and you hope, like The Secret, right? Like, I love The Secret, but that part, I'm like, no, you don't. You have to work it. You have to show up and create what you want as well. And so we started chatting today and we're like, we need to make a plan. We need to make a financial plan. We need to make a plan of action where we reverse engineer what we want. And so I wanted to share with you, when you don't know what you want and you're not clear on your purpose, Oprah says, look around your life. What is your life saying to you? What are the signs that are presenting? What do people always ask you about? What always keeps coming up? Like, for me, media in some way, shape, or form has always inserted itself into my life. Like, I knew television, movies, media, some kind of media was going to come. And I know that's a future for me. And it's always there. Even if I try to run away from it, it pops up somewhere else. So it's present. people asking me about how I am confident or how I show up or how to be my best self or how to fully express myself. That always comes up for me since I was a kid, supporting women to be confident since I was young, right? So if that's always coming up for you, pay attention. Number one, pay attention to what always shows up and presents itself. What do people ask you about? What do you think about? What always comes up for you? What's there? What do you enjoy doing? I'm one of the people, I know a lot of people say that your purpose and your business and your career you don't need to love it. It could just be money. I'm not one of those people that think that. I am a person that thinks that if you love it, if you feel it, if it elicits an emotional response, if it fucking hits you in the guts, if you're like, wow, I'm on fire about this, or I get emotional about it in any way, shape, or form, I feel like you're on the right track. And why is because life gets hard. Life is hard. It's competitive. It's hard. You're going to fall on your ass. Hard things are going to happen. You're going to grieve things, difficulties, loss. All of that is coming for us in this journey and this roller coaster that we call life. And so if you're stuck in a place where you're not fulfilled and you're not enjoying it and you're not happy, I feel like it makes it harder to keep that consistency and sustainability in going for the thing you want. So I love that I love what I do. And I didn't always know I wanted to do this. I talk a lot about how I was shocked that I wanted to be a coach and a therapist and help women. I was not trying to help nobody. I hated people. I didn't want to help anyone. I didn't want to listen to anyone. I had no love for myself. So how the hell was I about to care for you? I couldn't. And so I was in a very selfish world with myself and my victimhood and all about me and how the world did me wrong and poor me. I was in that for a long time. Okay. So being in that, I needed to be with that part of myself. I needed to see where I wasn't getting what I wanted and look for other ways to actually create what I wanted. I needed to look for, oh, what's missing? How can I get what I want? What else do I need to do? And when I found that I needed to work on myself, and when I found that there was a lot of bullshit that was stopping me, I started to unravel it. And when I worked on myself for 8 years, by the way, I went hardcore ham for 8 years unraveling my shit. I had a lot of shit to unravel. And if you listen to the podcast, you know my shit, right? So doing that, I started to care about myself. I started to care about other people. And then naturally, I wanted to be a coach and I wanted to do that. But I didn't know my purpose, my friend. And so I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that something else was calling me. And maybe you're the same. Maybe you know something. Maybe you feel your little spidey sense, right? You're like tingles of like, I really love that, but I can't go do that. I can't quit my job. I can't leave my 9 to 5. I can't do that. What will my family think? What is my husband going to think? What is my partner going to think? But you have that inkling in your stomach, that little like, that thing. Focus on that thing. What is that saying? I'm not saying quit your job and go run off and go move to Italy, but I'm saying like start to pay attention to that feeling, that intuition that you do have, my love. But when the noise up here is really fucking loud, your intuition can't come because your intuition isn't loud and screaming and yelling. Your intuition is this like quiet knowing that you got to get quiet to hear it and tap into it. I feel like it's an initiation into it. You don't get to get in there with all the fucking noise up here, right? And so you start to pay attention to your life. Like Oprah says, look around your life. You start to ask yourself, what would I love? What do I enjoy? If I wasn't scared, what would I do? If I had all the money in the world, what would I love to do every day? Right? If I had 3 weeks to live and I was going to die, what would I fucking do? Ask yourself all these questions. You will see like, yo, I hate my job. I don't want to live in this country. I don't want to do this thing. I don't actually want to be a mother. Actually, I want to be a mother. Actually, I want to do this. And you'll start to see the things that maybe you pushed down for so long because you weren't allowed to want, you weren't allowed to desire, you weren't allowed to feel. And now they start coming up because you're asking yourself these questions in a journal, okay? You start doing that. You start to listen to your life. Ask whatever you believe. Ask whatever powers that be. What am I here for? What can I do? Show me, point me in the direction. Like I desire to know what my best course of action would be in my life. I desire to know that and put it out there. See if you don't find people and listen, be in a season of yes. If you don't know what you're doing, I'm in a season of hell no right now. I'm in a season of nope, can't do it. Like we're working out some shit. There's a lot going on in my life and a lot of opportunities are coming and I have to say no to a lot of it because I'm focused right now on where I need to be. But maybe if you don't know what your purpose is, be in a season of yes. Yes, I'll try that. Sure, let's go there. Okay, let me be open. Let me figure out what I want and who I am and what I desire. Who I am right now, by the way. Who I am today. What I desire now. A woman asked me over the week, I did a training inside of someone's mastermind, and she was like, if I don't know who I am yet, and we're constantly shifting and evolving and changing, as I say, how do I know what my purpose is? Will my purpose shift and change? And I said to her, for me, I know what my purpose is. My purpose is not going to shift and change. It's about women and supporting them. Now, how I do that, how will change. Who does that? Me, the person that's running the mission and the purpose, will change. But I still want that deep desire. My nose is itchy, y'all. This is what happens when I start spitting the fire for myself. I know why I'm here and who I'm here to help and what mission I'm here to do. I'm also open to other things that will come that I don't know yet. But do I have a GPS? Do I have my compass pointing in the direction? I know my true north right now, 100%. Will I change? Will the person holding the compass change? Yes, 100% you're going to be different. The environment's going to change and maybe the direction a little bit, but I know where we're going. And so when you start to find out your purpose and your intentionality comes in, and you could have intentionality on your day-to-day life without knowing your purpose. Why am I doing this? What is this going to give me? What is the point of this? Why? Like, I love asking myself this question. Myself, why did that happen? Why am I eating that? Why do I want more followers? Why do I want my dad to be proud of me? Why am I so upset my husband didn't apologize? Why? It's an inner reflective question. If you're a coach or a therapist, don't ask your client why. That's an attack. I'm not going to ask you that as a client, as a coach. I'm telling you my self-reflection. I go, why? What comes? Why? Why am I scared? Why do I believe that? Why don't I do this? Why, when this happens, I always feel that? Just see what comes. You're asking yourself questions. You are inquiring. Doesn't mean that the answer is ultimate, or doesn't mean if you don't get an answer, that's okay. It's marinating. Cool. You're starting to uncover and figure out, why am I doing what I'm doing? I started doing this with food. Why am I having chips in the afternoon? Because the kids are having chips. Why am I having them? Am I hungry? No. Why am I eating that? I have a podcast coming, Why You're Eating Your Feelings, by the way. Why am I eating that? Why do I feel a desire to drink red wine right now? I'm not going to do it, but why? What's that? And I start to uncover that there are feelings, that something happened, that I have a cry in me that I hasn't cried, that I want to share something, that I feel resentful, that I'm upset, that I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. You know, you start to, when you ask yourself why, it's super powerful. So you don't pay attention. You go around 95 to 96% research says we are in autopilot. We are operating subconscious. Like, we're not paying attention. I drive, don't know how I got there. I do the things I do. I brush my teeth. Do you know what hand you brush your teeth with? Maybe if you're right-handed, your right hand. Try your left tomorrow. Try to do everything on the opposite side. That shit will fuck with your brain. You will not be an autopilot program anymore. Your brain will be learning, and you'll be like snapping brand new wires in your brain, and you'll be like, shit, new things. That's why doing new shit and joining programs and going to retreats and evolving and growing and personally developing is good for you, because it's not the common normal shit you always do. But is your life becoming a Groundhog Day? And look, you got kids. That's my life. It's going to be like that. But does it have to be how it's always been? Can it be different? Can I go, today we're going to read our story in the living room. Not going to read it in the bed. Today we're going to switch it up and we're going to play a game as a family, right? For dinner. Today we're going to do takeaway. Today we're going to have fucking breakfast for dinner, whatever. Is there a way that we can switch it up? Is there a way that you can switch it up in your life and intentionally check in? Am I on autopilot right now? Am I going for what I want? You know that thing you said you wanted to do? When are you going to do it? When am I going to move to Greece for 6 months? I'm 40. I'm 40 years old. I'm young, 40 years young, but I'm 40. So when is this going to happen, Hamish? When are we going to go overseas with the kids? When are we thinking we do it? My kid is 5 and 8. When my kids are like 13, 14, 18, 17, like, when are we going to do it? And so if we don't start thinking intentionally right now about the things that we desire in the future, you have to reverse engineer the big goals or they don't happen. And I'm proud to say, by the way, side note, if you listen to my last podcast, not the one with Amy Porterfield, she's amazing, huh? I hope you listen to that one as well. The one before, I shared about chasing your fears, and I called my friend who organizes a TED Talk. Shout out to Jules Parker. She's going to be on the podcast again. She's amazing. And I've submitted myself for a TED Talk. And I told you I would do it within 12 months, and it was like 2 weeks. Hasn't happened yet. I still have to apply and do my self-tape, but I'm just telling you that I reverse engineered. Who can help me? By when do I want to do it? What do I need to do? What's my action step? Do the action step. So start thinking about, are you living your life intentionally, or are you on autopilot? Do you know what your purpose is and what you want to do? And why aren't you doing it? Why are you denying that intuition, not taking small steps? Download the practice of confidence. The 5 C's will tell you how to do the small steps. Do you not know your purpose? Cool, that's fine. Start paying attention. Start paying attention to what people ask you, what you like, what you feel. Start listening to your life and listening to your world. Wake up, wake up. Stop being in the dream. Wake up to what's actually happening. Okay, today I'm walking. Now I'm doing this. Okay, now I'm doing that. Okay, someone said this. All right, shit, I've ate shit all day today and now I don't feel good. Okay, cool. What else is happening in your life? Paying attention to the things that are going on in your world so you can actually change them if you want to. And being intentional on purpose. Do that shit on purpose. Whatever you do it with intention. Fully. I want to give a shout out again to Monique. And any of you, if anyone listening to this wants me to do a podcast, send it. Go to my website, request an episode, shoot me a message on Instagram. I love to hear from you. Please don't ever think that some people message me and they're like, you'll probably never read this. And I'm like, what? Of course I will. Like, of course I'm going to read this. Are you crazy? Like, someone on my team has now taken over social media with me because I need help. But I'm reading it. You better believe I'm reading it. If you're changing your life because of this show, if something I said impacted you and helped you, I want to hear about it. I want to shout you out. And if you don't want your name said, I don't have to say your name. You could just send me your questions and I'm happy to answer them. I'm genuinely here for you. I built this podcast for you. I want you to get what you need. I want to support you on your journey because I want more women to show up, to speak up, to take up space, to go for what they want. Like, we need to do this. It is our fucking time. And it is your dharma. You deserve it. Your fucking birthright is to love yourself and have the life of your dreams and not live a bullshit life where you're not happy. And I want that for you and all the women of the world. And when you share the episode and when you leave me a review, it just helps more women to find it if they resonate with my crazy ass swearing and usually amazing nails. But I took them off. I don't have them on right now because they needed a break. Anyway, I love you and I cannot wait to see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.